the last time you were intimate, or even tried to be. Did you notice something different? Not just in your ability to perform, but in something more subtle, more physical, the actual size. Even before anything started, maybe you've stood in front of the mirror and quietly thought, "This isn't what I remember." If that thought has crossed your mind, you're not alone. In fact, it's one of the most common concerns men over 50 bring up, but rarely talk about openly. So let's talk about it clearly, honestly, and in a way that actually helps you understand what's going on. What's really happening inside your body? Here's the truth. Most people never hear. The tissue responsible for expansion is literally changing at a cellular level. Over time, it becomes less flexible, less responsive. This process is known as corporal fibrosis, a gradual buildup of stiffness in the tissue. And after the age of 60, this process tends to accelerate. At the same time, the blood vessels that supply this area begin to narrow. In some men, by as much as 40% compared to their 30s. Now pause for a second and think about that. You have less flexible tissue and less blood reaching it. That combination alone explains a lot of what you're noticing, but here's the part no one tells you, and it's important. What you're seeing in the mirror right now. That slightly smaller appearance, even when relaxed, that is not permanent shrinkage. It's strictions. Your tissue isn't gone. It's simply not receiving the blood flow it needs to stay fully expanded even in a resting state. Think of it like a sponge that hasn't been soaked in water for a long time. It shrinks. Not because it's broken, but because it's dry. A simple test you can try tonight before we go deeper. Let me show you something practical. This is a simple way to check if your vascular system, the system responsible for blood flow, is still responsive. Tonight, before bed, take 1/4 teaspoon of aluminum-free baking soda. Mix it into 8 ounces of water. Drink it, that's it. Now here's what to look for in the morning. When you wake up and go to the bathroom, pay attention. Not just to whether you go, but how you go. Ask yourself, is the stream stronger? Is the pressure fuller? Is the flow more consistent? If the answer is yes, even slightly, then that's important. That's your body telling you something. It means your smooth muscle tissue, the same type found in the areas responsible for performance, is still capable of relaxing and expanding. In simple terms, your system still works. Powerful. It just needs the right conditions. See why one dose isn't the full answer now. Here's where many men get misled. They try something once, see a small improvement, and assume they've found the solution. But that single step only creates a temporary shift. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. You feel relief, but the air goes stale again if you don't keep the environment balanced. The deeper issue, the one that's been building for years, requires a more structured approach. And that starts with understanding what's really going on inside your body. The hidden role of blood chemistry inside your body. Your blood has a very specific balance. One part of that balance is called asterisk. You don't need to remember numbers or science terms. Just know this. When your body becomes slightly more acidic, even by a small amount, it affects how your blood vessels behave. Specifically, it affects something called nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is extremely important. It's what tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. Think of it as a signal that says, open up, let more blood flow through. But in an acidic environment, that signal weakens or disappears quickly. So even if your body produces nitric oxide, it doesn't last long enough to do its job. That's why you might notice this pattern. Some days things work fairly well. Other days, with the same effort, almost nothing happens. It feels random, unpredictable. But it's not random. It's your internal environment changing from day to day. Why common solutions fall short? You may have already tried argin, citrulline, prescription options, and maybe they helped a little, but not consistently. Here's why. Those solutions try to increase nitric oxide production. But if your internal environment isn't right, that nitric oxide breaks down too quickly. It's like filling a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. You can pour more water in, but it still won't stay full. The pattern most men experience. Let me describe something and see if it sounds familiar. You feel mentally ready, but your body responds slowly. It takes longer to reach firmness. The result isn't as complete as it used to be. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, and over time, something else starts happening. You begin to wonder, is this psychological? That question alone can create stress. And stress increases acidity in the body, which makes the physical issue worse. So now you have a loop: physical issue, mental stress, worse physical response. The 4-step protocol now. Let's talk about the structured approach that addresses this properly. Not just one step, not just a temporary fix. A * sequence. The morning reset, days 1-7. Every morning, before anything else, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 8 ounces water, fresh lemon juice, half a lemon. This helps shift your internal environment toward a more supportive state. What to watch for? Within 48 hours, many men notice stronger urinary flow, clearer output, a sense of better pressure. That's your first sign things are changing. Step 2. Supporting natural signals, days 5 to 14. After about 5 days, add a nitric oxide support like *L-citrulline. Timing matters. Take it about *30 minutes after your morning drink. Why? Because now your body is in a better condition to actually *use it. Step 3. Tissue support, days 10 to 30. This step focuses on the tissue itself, 3 times a week. Warm water. Add baking soda. Soak for about 15 minutes. This supports circulation at the surface level and helps the tissue feel healthier over time. Men often report improved appearance, fuller look when relaxed, better overall tone. Step 4. Consistency, day 21 onward. This is where results stabilize. Follow a simple pattern.
5 days on,
2 days off. This keeps your body responsive and prevents adaptation. What results look like over time? Let's set realistic expectations. First 3 days. Noticeable changes in urinary flow. Week 1. Early signs of improved responsiveness. Week 2 to 3. Visible differences when relaxed. Week 4. Stronger, faster, more consistent response. Not overnight, but steady, noticeable improvement. The missing factor most men overlook now. Here's something that makes a big difference. Your diet timing. After high-protein meals, your body becomes more acidic for a few hours. So if you take your morning routine and then immediately eat a heavy protein breakfast, you cancel out the benefit. Simple adjustment. Keep mornings lighter and more balanced. Save heavier protein meals for later in the day. A natural booster in the afternoon. Another helpful addition. Beetroot powder. Taken in the afternoon, it supports natural nitric oxide production. But remember, this works best when your internal environment is already balanced. So what men actually report? When this full system is followed consistently, men often notice improved confidence, less hesitation, more predictable results, better overall comfort with their body. And here's something interesting. Many say the biggest change isn't physical, it's mental. They stop worrying, they stop overthinking, they simply feel like themselves again. What this is, really, about this isn't about chasing youth, it's not about unrealistic expectations. It's about restoring function to the best level your body can achieve today. It's about removing the restrictions that have built up over time. And most importantly, it's about feeling normal again. What to do? Next, information alone doesn't change anything, action does. Start simple. Pay attention to your body, build consistency, and if you're dealing with existing health conditions or medications, always check with a qualified professional before starting anything new. Because here's the reality, your body hasn't given up. In most cases, it's just been working under the wrong conditions. Change the conditions, and you may be surprised by what's still possible.